So when you got this message speaking right towards you, what did you do next?
I remember just making a prayer to Our Lady and saying, I have no idea how this is all going to end up. Little did I realize, this was going to happen. All of my fears would come true. But I just made a sort of a prayer of abandonment to her. And I said, if you walk with me, I will. Whatever that is. And I don't know what that is. But let's do this.
Did you think about the business that you had?
Oh, yeah.
What's going to happen to it now? Who's going to take it over?
But there was total peace about all of that. There was no anxiety about any of it.
Before you had that,
right,
you were worried about that.
Oh, yeah. I was worried about all of that. And what am I going to do in the future, and this business or not, this business, selling it or, whatever. But not in that moment. There was no thought of the priesthood necessarily. There was no thought of the business. Or it was just everything was okay, even though I had no answers to any of my questions.
Which is completely the opposite of what the world teaches you. The world teaches you, you've got to have a plan.
Right.
You got to have a 5-year plan. You got to know what's next, you know. But here you are, you have no idea what's going to happen, and you're at peace.
I'm at peace, total peace. Yeah. And to kind of zip things through how that story carried on is I made the great mistake of beginning to pray the rosary again every day. And I say the great mistake because, here you go. That's what happened. But it was really just a few weeks after that, maybe 6 weeks later, that I made a come and see visit to the Norbertines at St. Michael's Abbey.
How'd you hear about it?
Kind of came to me in prayer, and I was coincidentally, providentially, happened to be going to Orange County for my second cousin's wedding, which was 30 minutes down the street from the Abbey. And I thought,
oh boy,
that's interesting. Maybe I should check it out. And when I was there, I was at total peace again, total peace. But I remember I experienced something that I had never experienced before, which was one day I was in my room and I was just struck by this sense of, I was like, wait a second. I'm not asking myself the question, what's next? I had never experienced that.
You always had a plan.
Yeah, and there's always something bigger, something better, something new, something novel, something greater. But in that moment, it was just like, this is next. Like, this is the greater. There isn't, this isn't a step towards something else. This is it, which I never thought that I would find.
Wow.
But my heart, as our Holy Father St. Augustine says, our heart is restless until it rests in you, O Lord. God made our hearts so that they could never be satisfied except in Him and in His holy will. So that's why we experience so much dissatisfaction, so that the moment that we really do find Him, we will know. And it will be deeper than words could possibly express, but we will know. And so in that moment, I knew this is what God has prepared for me from before the foundation of the world. This is what my whole life has been leading to.
So before this, did you even look into any other type of vocation?
I did. Well, I visited about 5 communities throughout my discernment process. And from the moment of my reversion to the moment that I entered St. Michael's Abbey, it was about 9 months.
Okay.
So it was pretty quick turnaround.
And you'd been to other...
I visited the Southern Province Jesuits. I visited the Dominicans on the East Coast, the Fraternity of St. Peter. And then I even went through the entire application process with the Archdiocese of Galveston-Houston. But I knew that there was one that God wanted for me.
None of it fit.
None of it fit.